It's a Brit here, and we're back with some more MRC action. We're back with the GT3 League World Series, and this is round 2, race 2. This is the feature race from Yamagawa. This is going to be a 27 lap race, just over 40 minutes. This is reverse grid from race 1. Brucey has opted to start from the back as he will be on the controller for this race. So, Smiles Magoo starts on pole, Wolf in second, then we have Catman in third, followed by Black Rhino, Lock there in fifth, followed by Marco in sixth. Then we have Jason in seventh, Dennis in eighth, Kenobi there in ninth, Rossi in 10th, and Evil Knievel in 11th after winning race 1. So let's get this race underway then. 5 lights. It's lights out and away we go then. Slow start for a couple of cars there. Marco gets a blinding start, as does Evil Knievel. Doesn't really have anywhere to go. Smiles leads us through the first turn then. She takes the turn a little bit wide there. Gets the drive out of the first turn. Great stuff from Smiles. As they now come through the S's here. And slowly, gradually go up the hill towards the crest. And we're going to go back down the hill for the fast left-hander. We've had an incident at the start of the race then. Let's just have a look what happened here. We're all together through the S's. Contact between Jason and Catman. So incidents already happening. As you let them get themselves sorted out. Smiles goes really wide, gets a little bit into the grass, she's in the barrier. Keeps it out of the racetrack. She rejoins onto the racetrack there. Stays on the right hand side as the cars come thundering past. Just gets herself out the way there. So Smiles down to 10th, but she led for a few corners there, so she did a good job. Until she went off track. She did a good job keeping it out of the everyone else's way there. Well, Evil Knievel assumes the first position once again. Repeat of the first race. Dennis there in second, followed by Locke and Marco right behind him in fourth. Then we have Wolf and Kenobi in fifth and sixth. Rossi there in seventh, coming under fire from Black Rhino and Brucey. Brucey just on the outside there as we head through the corner. Trying to get an overtake done on Black Rhino as he follows him down the main straight. Can he get this move done? Bruce is going to try maybe on the outside, or is he going to go on the inside? Decisions here. He's going to follow him through the S's. Tell you what, since Black Rhino joined us in the Porsche event, he's really had some great racing. He's a really good driver. Gets 0.5% of penalty there as Brucey sends it on the inside in the fast left-hander there. So another move done for Brucey. Up into 8th position now. Smiles there in 10th. Howder there in 11th. Followed by Catman in 12th. They're just trying to fight back after that contact on lap 1. Evil Knievel in first, just coming through the hairpin now. Dennis there in second. Doing a great job in that brightly coloured livery. Relentless on the back end of that car as well. Little plug there. Lock in third, following him through. Now going to go through the other hairpin. Through the other hairpin onto the main straight there. Marco just getting a little bit sideways there maybe. 4th and 5th for him and Kenobi. Rossi there in 6th, followed by Wolf and Brucey right behind Wolf then. I feel it's going to be a journey through the field for Brucey in this race. But yeah, he was saying in a post-race interview on after race 1, the reason he didn't brake for the Casio triangle on the lap 10 is he got a really bad cramp in the braking legs, so he couldn't apply the brakes. That's why he only had a little braking and went straight into the wall, heavy contact. So he's opted for the controller for this race, and we'll be back on the wheel in the next round, which is instantly tomorrow. As he gets a lovely send on Wolf there. That's why he opted to start at the back, because he is more stable and a lot quicker on the controller than the wheel. So I think it was his way of keeping it fair for everyone who's racing the group. But nonetheless, as he gets on the grass there, just off the curb, that Beetle is a lot of so much taller than the NSX that Bruce is driving. You can see the much older car still competitive. So we'll just go through the field there as we got some guys close together. Black Rhino there in 9th, there's Smiles in 10th. Jason and Catman starting to catch up now. But back up the front then. Evil still leading the way. He's a lovely guy to talk to. And he's getting really quick over the last couple of seasons of racing. Also, he's really good at making liveries as well. He's a jack of all trades, shall we say. As we head down the crest and down the hill. Through the little chicane here. Then we're going to go up the hill. Dennis is there second, followed by Locke in third. Kenobi in fourth. He's just having another quiet race for Kenobi. Don't really get into any incidents. Don't really have any big moves. Just capitalizes on other people's mistakes, and if the occasion arises, he has a good cracking race. Good overtakes and good race and sportsmanship. But apparently this round 2 is just having a quiet race. As we have Dennis pitting very early on the soft tyres. You see those softs are almost gone. She's chewed through the softs then, so see how that pans out. Rossi there going through, then up into 4th. Now Brucey there in 5th, followed by Marco. Bruce is storming through the grid now. Last time we knew he was in 8th, with Wolf behind him. He's already overtaken Marco. Now he's setting Rossi in his sights as we head down the hill. Wolf there in 7th, followed by Black Rhino in 8th, just coming through the left-hander there. Then we have this gaggle of cars here. We've got Jason in 9th now, Catman there in 10th, Smiles in 11th, followed by Dennis, who just pitted in 12th. Let's see how Dennis gets past Smiles there. Smiles on the right-hand side. Is Dennis going to go for a big send? He is. Lovely stuff from Dennis there, nice and clean. So, Evil Knievel up in first, but he's got Locke right behind him now. So, Locke's starting to mount a charge onto the back of him. You see the softs and the medium tyres starting to wear out. I think Evil Knievel's probably going to play a long game though, with that OP tyre wear on the Ferrari. There's Kenobi in 3rd now. Rossi there in 4th, followed by Brucey right behind him in 5th. Brucey on the medium, so he's probably going to go for a long stint. I'd say upwards of 10 laps or more. Marco there on the soft tyres, he'll be coming in the pit soon. In 6th, Yeah, this track is really hard on tyres. Obviously, we've seen with Dennis doing only 4 laps. So, depending on the car and the driver, some guys will only be able to get 4 laps on the softs. Some will be able to get upwards of 8. So, we'll see how it pans out. But as Wolf comes down over the crest, then down the massive hill. Lovely elevation changes in this track. Black Rhino there in 8th just coming through. So it's pretty much status quo now, apart from the top 2. Everyone's just running their own race at the minute. We still have guys battling on lap 6. It's pretty decent, especially when you got the medium to the softs as well. Just shows you the difference in tyre. So Evil Knievel then still leading the way. 35.3 fastest lap for Dennis. There's Kenobi in 3rd. Rossi there 4th, followed by Brucey and Marco. But we're going to stick with these 2 guys up in front. This is where the main battle is. Not really any other battles going on apart from these 2. Dennis has got all second penalty. Jason's just pitted. Catman's down 11th. As Locke goes on the inside then. Evil Knievel's got the outside line. He might have a nicer drive off that corner. Be able to get more momentum as we head down over the crest. Is he going to go for an overtake? Nope, he's not going to slip in behind. As we head up the hill now through the S's there. Through the chicane, sorry. Evil Knievel's right behind Locke again as we're going to head into the hairpin. Locke on the inside line there, defending, gets the outside line, clips the curb there. You see Kenobi getting bigger and bigger in the mirrors there. As these 2 are battling, it's going to slow them down. Is either of them going to pit this lap? I doubt it. Looks like Evil Knievel's going to go longer than everyone else on the softs. Gets on the grass a little bit there. There's Kenobi coming in the pits then. Rossi, what's he going to do? He's going to go through. Bruce is going to go through. Marco's through. Wolf, he's going through. Black Rhino, he's surely going to go through. He's on mediums. There's Dennis. He's going to serve his penalty as he comes through the hairpin. He's got Catman right behind him. So that's, unless Catman pits, that's going to give him the position. So Catman goes through and he's going to move himself up into 9th then. Smiles in 11th, just plugging away in lap. She's on the medium tyres. Jason there after pitting, he's now on mediums. So it's soft and mediums for this race only. So Locke into the lead then, now opening the gap to Evil Knievel as the tyres slowly go from his car. What's going to bring us through the hairpin. We're going to be able to get some good laps off now. So 3rd is Rossi, followed by Brucey in 4th. These 2 on mediums. Tyre wear and fuel is very similar. It's just seen the amount of miles that Bruce has done on this car. Almost 5,500 miles. It is a legendary car, so unfortunately you have to wait till it comes in a dealership to buy it, and it is quite expensive when you do buy it, but it's worth it. Lovely Honda engine sound as it heads through turn 1. Marco's now in the pits. So as it heads up the hill, oh, big moment for Brucey, can he save it? Oh, lovely, beautiful save there. Let's have another look at that. Let's go on board with him for this one. So he's going to head through the S's. Clips the curve, gets the car sideways. Look at that. Beautiful save though. Scary moment. I think he's going to need some new boxer shorts after that one. Jesus. Yep, definitely on control after saving that. But keeps it out the wall then, but that's going to lose ground to Rossi. I think I might have to come back after doing the commentary in this replay and save that for my own personal use, that one. That was a bit of magic there. So we'll head through the grid then. Watt still in first, Evil Knievel in second, Rossi there in third. Just doing a solid job in that Ferrari. Brucey after his another big moment for Brucey. He's having fun this season, I think. With a few crashes, few spins, moments like that. The NSX, fun little car to drive. Wolf there in fifth. Brucey's not going to pit, not yet, no. So Wolf there in fifth. Black Rhino in sixth. Oh, Brucey has pitted, so yeah, he decided to go for a pit, decided after that big slide he'd done damage to the tyres, so heads up driving for Brucey there. So he's going to pit from fourth position as Wolf and Black Rhino go through. Kenobi just going through now as Bruce is filling up. It's going to be close with him now. He's coming out the pits now. Does he beat Dennis out? He does. Dennis is there, just going across the line. Brewster comes out on a fresh set of mediums. Filled just past halfway. So he's got this just less fuel than Dennis, so should be slightly quicker on those fresh mediums. There's Marco, full tank, fresh mediums, and there's Jason in 10th. There's Catman in 11th, now on a fresh set of softs. Just coming through turn 1, and Smiles McGill is filling up the tank. Let's see what tyres she goes on to. She comes out to pits, and she's going to be on the soft tyres, so see what Smiles can do from 12th place. See if she can catch up anybody in front of her. As we see Locke coming down the main drag, is going to set a good lap time onto lap 11. Rossi there comes through as well. Evil Knievel decides to come in the pits now from second position on the soft tyres. Did a great job. 9 laps on the softs. Sorry, 10 laps on the softs. That's a great job for him. Now he could do a 2-stop with 2 sets of softs there. Wolf comes through, still on the medium tyres, is in 3rd. Black Rhino there in 4th on those mediums. Kenobi coming through in 5th, followed by Brucey in 6th. Evil Knievel there in the 7th, comes out in front of Dennis. So earlier pit stop cost Dennis a little bit there. So he's now in 8th. Marco there in 9th, followed by Jason in 10th. 11th there, Catman and Smiles McGill on the soft tyres in 12th. So, not really any battles going on at the minute. The closest battle is here between Black Rhino and Kenobi. Everyone else are on the run. So we'll stick with these two. We're going to go on board with Kenobi. You see he's working overtime in the car. Just following the Porsche down the hill. Through the little hairpin here. Oh, a little bit of close contact there. Black Rhino slowed a bit too much. Caught Kenobi out a little bit there. We're on board now with Black Rhino. Is he going to pit this lap? It looks like he's struggling a little bit. Nope, he's not pitting this lap. So we're going to go through for another one. start lap 12 of the race. Evil Knievel and Dennis are kind of close together, but they're following each other around. There's Brucey in 6th. Kenobi still following Black Rhino then. Can he get a move through here? He can. He's on the outside, and we're going to go over the crest. He's got a line for the corner as we go down the hill. Kenobi is going to take that position from Black Rhino. Moves himself up into 4th position. Great stuff then for Kenobi. As the lights come on, it's getting darker now. Sun is starting to go down. I see all the fans in the background still looking at the racing action going on. Probably getting themselves some beer as well in the campsites around the track. Enjoying the racing action. So we've got Locke now in the pits, so that moves Rossi up into 1st. Does Wolf pit as well. Wolf's gone through. Oh no, he hasn't. That was Rossi, sorry. So where's Wolf? Is Wolf going to go through? Is going to beat him? Looks like he is. Kenobi is going to come through. What's Black Rhino going to do? He's going to pit. No. Brucey is going to come through as well. So Wolf moves up into 2nd. Locke there comes out, back out in 3rd, just in front of Kenobi there. So I'm going to get a bit of a tighter pack forming here with Locke, Kenobi, Black Rhino. Brucey's just behind there as well. The rest of the guys are on their own, so just check in with the leader. Leader's all the way down there. Sizable gap then between Rossi and 2nd position. So we've got Locke there in 3rd after pitting. He's on fresh softs. Kenobi there in 4th. Black Rhino in 5th. Now he's been hunted down by Brucey. As we head into the twilight stage. So as we head through the hairpin, then Brucey now sizing up the back of a Black Rhino. Locke is right behind Wolf as we head through the back straight there, through the hairpin. Locke's on the outside. Can he get the outside pass done? Gets a bit of grass, a little bit of contact there. Wolf lets him through, and Wolf is going to pit this lap. So it's an unfortunate placement for them there. Kenobi gets up into 2nd then. Capitalises on that. But now we're going to get a bit busy here because there's Black Rhino and Brucey as well. Brucey licking his chops. He's going to get a few overtakes done here, surely. To head through the S's. Only a couple of laps ago, Brucey was sideways through that section. And now he's pointing the right way, following Black Rhino through the long left-hander. Can he get a move done down here? He can't. He's going to have to slip back into the slipstream. Down the hill then. Bruce is still hot on his heels. Gets a little bit unsettled over the curbs there. Is he going to try and get a move done here? He's on the inside. Oh, he fakes him. He cuts into the inside there. Lovely overtake there. Fakes the move. Does a dummy pass. Very nice. So, Ross is finally into the pits now. Brucey's up into 4th as we head through the little chicane there. It's always nice when drivers do a successful dummy pass. So, Kenobi there getting the car sideways as is Locke through the last turn. So Kenobi goes through in 2nd, Locke there in 3rd, Brucey there in 4th. Rossi's just coming out the pits now. It's going to be tight with Brucey. Brucey just gets through, so Brucey up into 3rd now. Evil Knievel there in 5th. Black Rhino's pitted as well. So Marco moves himself up into 6th as Black Rhino's just refueling. There's Jason coming through now, but he's going to pit. Wolf there in 9th. He's going to move through. Black Rhino's just coming out now. Can Wolf beat him? No, he can't. Black Rhino gets himself moving and out of the first turn. So we've got Wolf in there in 9th. 8th, sorry. Dennis there in 9th. He's pitted again. He's now on mediums. Jason there in 10th. He's now on the softs. Catman's in the pits from a fresh set of soft tyres. What's he going to come out on? Gets a 3-second penalty. That's going to hinder his efforts. He's on a fresh set of mediums, but that's going to cost him 3 seconds, possibly more. Smiles there in 12th. She's licking her chops now, thinking she can get an extra position. So let's see what happens when Catman serves the penalty. Oh, Kenobi now going side by side with Locke for 1st and 2nd. Rossi's already got back past Brucey for 3rd position. So Kenobi just edging it out over Locke as we go through the first turn. Now through the S as we go. Now up the crest. Now down the hill we go. Towards the fast left-hander. Yellow lights for Locke there in at the 2nd Ferrari. So Ferrari 1, 2, 3 at the minute, and 5. Ferrari turning out for the numbers here. A little bit of sideways action from Kenobi and Locke there. That's going to slow them down for Rossi to come and catch them. Bruce is there right behind him. He's going to be hot on the heels as well. Rossi there just clipping the apex curb there. So action's now hotting up between these 4 drivers, sorry. There's Kenobi, worn at mediums. The softs starting to wear for Locke as well. As we head already past the halfway mark now. Do we have any pitters this time? Don't think so. You see Kenobi and Locke go past. There's Rossi just closing that gap up now. Brucey there in 4th. Just trying to keep up on the back end of these guys. As now the darkness starts to creep in. Lights beaming the way ahead. Now down the hill we go. Through the fast left-hander. Checking with everyone else. There's Evil Knievel. He's trying to catch this gap up as well to the guys in front. Marco there in 6th. We've got Black Rhino there in 7th, just heading in front of Wolf in 8th. Then we've got Dennis there in 9th. Jason in 10th, just coming through the first turn. Then we've got Catman just coming through the last turn. Still in 11th then. Keeps that 11th position after serving the penalty. Smiles there in 12th on the 1 soft. She's going to have to come in the pit soon. But back up to the front then. It's getting tight now. Kenobi defending from 2nd position. Oh, he's in the grass. What happened there? Was there contact? Might have been a minuscule contact here. Yeah, a little bump on the brake in there. Locke. Where's Locke gone? Locke waits for Kenobi as Kenobi went for a trip through the grass. Unfortunate for these two. Locke's going to decide to pit as well now. So Unfortunate for Kenobi, he's going to be dropped down to third now after that little incident there. But Rossi and Brucey are up to first and second. Now the question is, can Brucey keep up with Rossi? Obviously, as they head up the hill then, over the crest and down the hill. Brucey there in second, so the gap's opening up. Rossi is on the soft tyres compared to Brucey's mediums, so not sure how this is going to pan out for Brucey. You can see Kenobi is there just in third, just behind him. Evil Knievel there in fourth. That sizable gap still there. Marco there in fifth. He's now up a position with Locke pitting, and Locke gets a 3-second penalty for the pit lines. Unfortunate for him, but that's not going to help him. Black Rhino there in seventh, with Wolf just behind, and Dennis is there in the background in ninth. Just a little bit of gap between him and Wolf, but he should be able to close it up. Jason there in 10th, still with Catman 11th, and Smiles is now in the pits. There she is in the Rust Bucket BMW. Again, it's so bad, it's good. It looks terrible, but I'm guessing that was the idea for Smiles in that livery. So, great job for looking so bad, Smiles. As you've got the yellow lights as well, blinding me as you come through the first turn. On the exit, lovely stuff. She's going to start to get laps though. She has been started to gain laps as well now. So the lapping has begun. It is a relatively short track this, with 130 lap times. 135, sorry. Rossi, 135.2, best lap for him. As we now head through the little chicane here. Bruce is still sticking with him, so still a hope for Brucey there. Kenobi's there in third. Tyres starting to go, and he's low on fuel as well, so he might be pitting in this lap. Evil Knievel there in fourth. The gap's starting to come down a little bit now. He's just about to lap Smiles. So less than 10 laps to go now in the race. Knievel there. Bruce is now in the pits then. So he's going to go for one final stint on the soft tyres. Evil Knievel there, just coming through the hairpin now. What's he going to do? He's going to stay out, and he's going straight through. He's going to try and lap Smiles as fast as he can. Obviously we don't have the setting that lap cars are ghosted, so you've got to be mindful getting past the lap car. And people are told if you are going to be lapped, just stay on your line. The other drivers will come past you. But if the lap cars are courteous and nice, sometimes they will pull over to the side and slow down a little bit so the drivers, leaders can come past. The lead lap car, should we say. So Evil Knievel up into third then now, seeing as other guys have pitted. Kenobi there in second, but he's going to have to pit definitely on this lap, so he went for an extra lap then. Rossi there in first. The soft tyres now not looking great. Is he going to pit this lap or go for another one? He's going to go for another one then. So Kenobi, what's he going to do? He's definitely going to pit. Knievel, I think he might stay out on the medium still at the end of the race. He's got enough fuel to do so, potentially. He goes through. Brucey there on the soft tyres for the first time. He's gone. Decided to go on the softs in the night time. Night time is the right time, maybe. You see the lovely lights elevating that start-finish line. Marco there in the fourth. Just coming through the first turn. Now through the S's. He's up into fourth position. Kenobi in fifth after pitting. Just coming through the S's then. What now coming up, thundering through. He's on the fresh set of mediums there. Dennis now up into seventh, followed by Black Rhino in eighth. Wolf there in ninth position. Catman in 10th. Jason in 11th on a fresh set of stuffs. And we've got Smiles in 12th, just being lapped by the other cars. She's on a fresh set of mediums then. And I think she's been lapped. Yep, Marco's coming to lap her now. You see the fire spitting from the exhaust pipes. Double exhaust pipes then on the M6. As we got Rossi pitting from the lead then. Brings the Ferrari to a nice stop in the pit. Lets his team get to work. It's a fresh set of tyres. Not much fuel needed. Evil Knievel just coming through now. Is he going to beat him to the first turn? There's got Brucey right behind as well. So Evil Knievel goes around Rossi. Brucey there in third, but I'm sure Rossi's going to be straight past him because he's in second with fresh softs right behind him. As we're now under the lights. Last couple of laps in the night time. So Rossi already back on the inside of Evil Knievel. Up into first he goes. We got Brucey right behind Knievel as well now. How long until Brucey gets past him? Shouldn't be too long, being on worn mediums. Purple sector time for Brucey. As we head through the chicane here. Now up the hill. Can he get a simple move done down at the hairpin here? Right behind him, he gets onto the inside, decides to go for a potential dummy move again. Cuts to the inside. Lovely stuff from Brucey. On to second he goes. So Evil Knievel there in third. Bounces over the curbs. Oh, he's in the grass there. Little mistake from Brucey. He's going to have to do that overtake on Knievel again. He's still there. Got the inside. Managed to rebound then. Get that move done as fast as possible. Lovely purple light as we head down the main straight. Evil Knievel's back past into second again though. Is Brucey going to attempt to move down on the inside here? Lovely stuff from these guys racing. Battle for second position as we go through the S's. Almost side by side. Now we're side by side as we come over the crest. Down the hill. Through the long left-hander. You've got Dennis pitting from 7th position. But Brucey gets the move done then. Now down the hill. Got that move to stick and opening the gap to Evil Knievel now as Rossi's opened that gap as these two were fighting. But it was a good fight though, wasn't it? So Kenobi there in fourth, front of the car lit up like a Christmas tree. Forget Blackpool Illuminations, you've got Kenobi as Ferrari. He's got the power of a sun on that car. So we head down to the chicane then. And then onto the hairpin to complete lap 23. Little bit of a gap between Evil Knievel and Brucey. Rossi there. He's not got that many lights on the front of that Ferrari. Obviously, if Locke's got the same as Kenobi. Marco there in 5th position. Just coming through. And Locke there in 6th. No, he hasn't got the same amount of lights on the front of his car, so it's only Kenobi with the power of a sun on the front of that car. Black Rhino there in 7th, just followed by Wolf in 8th. Dennis there in 9th. As we head through the last turn there, now down the main straight, and see if we can get a move done on Wolf. He's looking a lot quicker down the main straight, then got the momentum off the last corner. Can he get the momentum through the first turn? He can. Obviously it's soft compared to the mediums, both fresh as well. Jason there in soft. In the pit, sorry, not in soft. And bless you to Smiles. Sneezing in the background. So Dennis there just getting the move done into the chicane. So Dennis up into 8th then. Is not a really good race this time out in the feature. I think he might have messed up the strategy a little bit from what he wanted to do. Obviously the softs didn't last in the first stint for him. Not as much as on any other car anyway. So he was kind of on the back foot from the start. But he's managed to plug away with what he's had and just make the best of it, as he's going to size up Black Rhino for an overtake. Wolf there in 8th then. Jason there in 10th. 11th is Catman. And we got Smiles at the back in 12th. Still plugging away the laps. Well done to her for sticking with it. You know, it's not easy especially when you start getting lapped being at the back. You just want to quit and you want to take the easy way out, but she's not a quitter. Rossi there in 1st. Coming through now through the last corner to start the last 2 laps of this feature race. Just past the 41 minute mark nearly now. So just over 40 minutes this race. As his set's at 1:35, his fast lap is a 1:34.2. Bruce's is a 1:34.9. He just set a 1:36.6. Second position is his, if we can keep it on the island. Evo Knievel there in 3rd. Now coming under fire from Kenobi. Ferrari versus Ferrari. You can see those bright lights blinding as he comes through the S's there. Kenobi is going to try and overtake here. He's on the soft tyres compared to the mediums. Both of these tyres similar, but Evil's got more weight on the rear tyres there, so it loses that position to Kenobi. Kenobi's going to clinch that 3rd position if he can keep it for the last 2 laps. Marco there in 5th. He's on low fuel. Can he make that fuel last one more lap? I sense that Locke and Marco are going to have a great battle for this lap and the last lap. I'll see what happens with these 2 guys, but they are getting closer and closer. As you see, Locke attempts an overtake on the hairpin there on the inside, doesn't quite get the drive he needed. This last lap should be a doozy, with Marco going with low fuel here. He's going to have to start saving, so it could potentially bring Locke into play. Dennis there in 7th. He's doing a grand job. Now past Black Rhino. Black Rhino there now down to 8th. Wolf there in 9th. Jason there in 10th. Catman 11th. And Smiles there in 12th. But we're going to look at the top guys then. So Rossi there in 1st on his own. Brucey on his own in 2nd. Kenobi there in 3rd. Now on his own after getting past Evil Knievel. We got Marco and Locke, the closest battle on track. So we're going to stick with these while they go side by side through the S's here. Lovely stuff. They're still side by side. Locke just gets on the inside. He's going to go on the outside for this turn. Decides to swap tactics as Marco covers that inside. Gets the switch over for Locke. He's going to attempt the overtake as we go over the crest down the hill. It's all over the back of that Nissan. It's on the outside here. Managed to save it. Don't know how he manages that. I think he was on the grass there. So Locke now just following Marco through the little kink here. He's going to send it into the hairpin. Gets his nose in there, on the inside. Now they're side by side as we head down. We're just going to rewind because we're going to see Rossi come through the last corner, through the checkered flag. And he's going to take the victory at Yamagawa for the feature race. We will cut back to Locke and Marco. Brucey there is going to clinch 2nd. Great finish for him. Kenobi there in 3rd. Last pulling spot for him. Knievel there in 4th. Right now we're going to go back to Locke and Marco because this is a good battle of brewing. So we're through the chicane then. So you can see Locke sizing up. We're going to go on board with him just so we can get the good angle. So he keeps his nose in here on the hairpin. Managed to get the move done on Marco before the chicane then. Lovely bit of driving from these two on the last lap as well. Battle for 5th. As we now head through the hairpin. Can Marco come back at him? I don't think he can. He's almost out of fuel. There it goes. He's out of fuel. It was a good battle. Locke's going to clinch to 5th position. Can Marco secure 6th position, or is he going to lose another position to Dennis? He's crawling to the line. It's going to be tight. Not by much though, because Marco's already crossed. He's going to finish 6th position. There's Smiles going to finish in 12th. Dennis coming through now. Through the final turn. He's going to take that 7th spot. Rhino there is going to finish in 8th. Wolf is going to come home to finish in 9th. Lovely stuff from him. So we're just going to recap while the other two finish as well. Rossi then clinches the victory in 1st. Great win for him. 2nd, great result for Brucey in 2nd. Kenobi there, last pulling spot for him in 3rd. Awesome drive for him. Same with Evil Knievel in 4th. Locke's going to finish in 5th. Great battle at the end. 6th, Marco. Dennis 7th. Black Rhino. Wolf 9th. Jason's going to come home to finish in 10th. Almost out of fuel. Spins it across the line. Lovely stuff. And Catman there is going to finish in 11th for him as well. 12 for Smiles. So that's been a wrap then, guys. I hope you enjoyed the action and the race. Until next time, I've been the Crazy Brit. See you.